Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your bi-weekly reading. I'll still be doing a bi-weekly during this month of December to keep the channel as updated as possible during this very crazy busy time. And so I'll still be using as well the Celtic Cross reading to try to give a little bit more insight to the energies and experiences that you may be going through during these days. As always, keep in mind that this is just a general reading. And so take what it feels right and what resonates with your own life experiences at the moment. Also, if you would like a private reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. So, Sagittarius, you have come through a period in the recent past with the Eight of Swords. You have come from a period recently where you felt very imprisoned by the circumstances in your life happening at a very slow pace and making you feel powerless and making you feel that you didn't have what it takes to take you out of the situation. But you are starting to gain a new sense of perspective of your values as a person, of your value as a being, where you put yourself first. So what I'm trying to say is maybe from the recent past, you had some situations happening that caused you to feel a victim of life circumstances, a victim of whatever happened to you that put you in the state of inability to act, to move, to get out of unhealthy circumstances. It's a victim mentality pattern that we all easily get wired to when something happens and we feel powerless and we feel that we have no power for the circumstances presented in front of us, when actually we always have the choice not of what happens, but of how we choose to react to certain situations. And so, in the recent past, your mental state it could be a little bit depressed or not sure how to get out of a certain specific situation. But coming out of that recent past until the present moment and the weeks to come, you will feel much more the drive, for one hand, to make decisions, to act, to communicate, to do what you need to do, to cut whatever ties are still holding you, whatever you feel that it's still holding you back, and jump forward and say what you need to say and do what you need to do, and at the same time being on your space, self-assured that you don't need to go on a rush, you don't need to go after anything, because you will attract whatever you need into your space. So you have been working on your self-esteem, you have been working on your sense of value, and you begin this week feeling much more in connection with your beauty, with your charm, with your gracious side, with your charmer side, and you feel like everything will be okay because you are satisfied with yourself in this beginning of this week. So you have the Nine of Pentacles in the current position. It's crossed by the Knight of Wands, and in the highest advice you have the Empress. So it advises you again to be careful where you are overly impulsive and you just want to rush and do things without really paying attention to where you need to structure more, where you need to ground more, where you need to wait more, where you need to be more on your space and more self-assured of yourself, not wanting to begin storms just for the sake of beginning storms. Or at the same time, it could be that something comes in, some message, some circumstance comes in that it's like a rush and a sudden storm, and it threatens your new sense of stability and self-satisfaction with your life at this moment. So it could go both ways. And the Empress as the higher advice is very similar to this Nine of Pentacles, which is to feel abundant, to feel gratitude, to feel empowered in your own skin. It's a very sensual cards that talk about our connection with our bodies, with our five senses, like this Taurus vibe, and it makes us aware of how many beautiful things are there in this earth to appreciate, and there's not much that we need to feel that feeling of gracious, of beauty around us. And when we start promoting the sense of seeing the beauty in every simple aspect of our life, we start feeling better with ourselves, we start glowing, we start just feeling much more empowered and assured of our value, of our worth, of who we are, not because of the mask that you have, the clothes that you wear, the makeup that you put. No, because of what um, what inspires you inside to feel beautiful, to be beautiful to others. It's an internal connection that begins with this sense of grounding, of being on your space, of feeling abundant with what you have, feeling okay with your own self, not needing too much, nobody else to make you feel satisfied, or to depend on someone else or some validation from the outside, from outside energies to validate your worth and to validate your happiness. So you begin this week's in a very good positive energy, especially looking at the recent past. So it's like you understood that those patterns or thoughts were putting you in a small box, and there's nothing more than a Sagittarius can hate than be bind to this box and be trapped in this place where there is no growth. And maybe you realize that maybe some circumstance awakened you to what you were doing to yourself, and you slowly get back into your feet now, and you understand your value. You understand what you have around you and the chances that you have around you, and how you should be grateful for that. Even if you are being crossed, even if you are being challenged for rash behavior, impulsive behavior, bad news coming out of nowhere, bad messages, bad words, just you could feel also this drive to communicate much more. And sometimes because you were in a place so contained of your thoughts, now it's like you feel this sudden burst of freedom, and you just want to say it and put it all out. So try your best to keep yourself balanced in that sense. Also, you have unconsciously working on all of this, you have the Fool. So definitely you are looking for inspiration, innovation in your life, new beginnings, wanting to feel free, wanting to feel that life has infinite possibilities awaiting for you, and you just want to go, you just want to move, you just want to change the same road that you travel to work every day, you want to change the same type of places you go every day, you want to feel free from the routines by just making changes that allow you to feel much more inspired, much more connected, how big a man or a woman can be when they decide to not care anymore and just do what they have on their minds to do. So the Fool in this unconscious pool, it's not something that you could be aware of, but it's something that is driving all of this to happen. You want to a new beginning, and you want to feel more free from the burdens that you carried before, and you want to begin fresh, and you want an opportunity to live a more creative, inspired life where you are able to just do whatever you want to do and not have to explain again or validate your truth to anybody. And so you are in a period of taking charge, because in the position of yourself you have the Chariot. It's funny that almost all of the signs for this 2 weeks for this biweekly readings, they are getting a lot of major arcana. So whatever it's going on in people's life at this moment, it's really resonant with the New Year's time, because it's like the energies are pushing and pushing and pushing people to become aware of the underlying significance of experiences, of changes you are being asked to do, to make you much more aligned with your purpose and what you should be doing. So it's funny that you also have four major arcanas here working with you, and they all all of them, they talk about self mastery, being empowered, feeling more in this place of individual connection with yourself, much more focused on where you want to go, what you want to do, what you should do and what you shouldn't do, and just choose and make decisions and leave a lot of baggage behind, because you have chariot representing yourself. So you are determined to push forward your way. You are determined to move on with your life, to make the decisions you want to make, and also being ready to pay the price, the accountable price for those decisions that you are about to make. And so you are in the period again of really leading, feeling much more energized than you felt before, to do something, to make something happen, to just go, go, go. So you could be inspired to travel, you could be inspired to move locations, again, to choose different roads to your work, to your home, uh, and in a more metaphoric way, to choose different roads to where you want to go as a human being, where you want to go and learn and experience as a soul. And so the chariot is it's very prominent, because you are very dominant as well, very self-assured that you have the right to do what you want to do, and you don't need to explain, and you don't need to justify everything to everybody. In the future to come, you have the Hermit and the Ten of Swords in the final outcomes. So I read these two cards together because if you look at the recent future to come, which is the Hermit, and the final outcome, of course they are together, and of course they are connected. As when I read cards, I read the whole. I cannot go card by card, because if I go card by card without taking into account the other cards, you will find contradictions, and you will find um, a lot of at least find a lot of difficulty in keeping things, giving the meaning of the big lesson here, or the big picture here, which for me is more important than telling you step by step what it could be happening, because it all depends on how you can become aware of the bigger message, of the bigger picture here. What is under the underlying lesson, or the underlying meaning to you of these cards showing up and these experiences in your life. So the Hermit and the Ten of Swords, again, you are in a period of finalizing this depressive state of your mind that puts you down, where you felt many times so tired and recluded from the world, and just in this place of uh, being a hermit, feeling that there was a part of yourself that was not functioning, a part of yourself that could be dead, and so you had a hard time engaging truthfully in your social life, in your relationship life, in your work life, with yourself, without feeling that there was something off or something weird. The good news is that your mind is getting back to its rightful place, and it's ready to begin fresh. It's ready to begin more wise and focused, and fully functioning as the way it should with the Hermit, because the Hermit brings all these experiences, all this pain you had to endure, and this depression you had to endure mentally. It was a time where at the same time you gained a lot of perspective, a lot of wisdom, and a lot of illumination and clarity about yourself. It was a time of self-knowledge. And now you can start to implement those gained lessons, that self-knowledge, into reality, again, by taking charge, by leading, by making the changes, making new promises, new crazy, weird, eccentric, visionary resolutions for your year, for yourself, for your goals, for whatever you want to change. Because again, the biggest advice, you have the Empress. The Empress is this feminine character that she attracts whatever she needs to make her feel safe and secure on her ground. And she has this inner wisdom about nature itself, about earth, about her body, about the use of her sexual energy as a creative force. So again, you are very determined to push forward. Maybe you want, your ambition is rising, your goals are rising, you want to achieve this pentacle of success, you want abundance in your life, you want to just pamper yourself more, and you are in the right to do so, going out of this period of more depressive state. And now the Hermit is coming in the future position because maybe you will take one less time during this weeks, one less time, one less moment where you feel the need to withdraw back again. But this withdrawal will feel different. This withdrawal will feel much more in your control because, again, you are understanding the knowledge that you gain, the knowledge that these swords put you to. And so your truth, the wisdom of who you are, it's stronger than it was before. And you will get the answers and you will get the knowledge that you are looking for. You could be also waiting or finding this need to withdraw and to look for answers and illumination because maybe you're wanting to offer something to someone, an offer of love, an offer of an opportunity, of a message, of feelings, of connection. You're wanting to offer something to someone, or someone is offering something to you, and you're not sure if you should accept it or not because you don't want to see it with clarity, or you see it in a very obsessive, fearful way, insecure way. And so the environment around you, your hopes and fears are emotional. So you are afraid of diving into this emotional understanding of what this offer means to you, either from a person to yourself or from yourself wanting to offer something to this Queen of Cups. It's about heart to heart connection, it's bonding, it's emotional understanding of each other. It's wanting to feel nurtured and secure in the realm of water, imagination, creativity, spirituality, love. And love can make many forms. This could be a friend, a lover, a mother, or you yourself being afraid to listening to your intuition a little bit more and creating this opportunity to emotionally feel more secure. But because this is coming up in the positions of the outside forces and circumstances, definitely you could be in having the Chariot in your the position of yourself. Again, you may be pushing forward an invitation, an offer of love, a proposition of love, a proposition of emotional tone to it, and the response you get from your try, or the response you give to this try, it's really still being in your place, not sure, looking at the offer but not knowing what to do with it, and feeling very again, maybe this is why what pushes you again to go to the Hermit, to find clarity, to find more alone time once more, to understand what you should do about this offer, and it puts an end mark, an ending to this way of thinking. It's like the final sword on your mind, piercing it to make you aware that okay, this has to end. This way of thinking, this way of perceiving my life and my reality and my inability to feel like I'm empowered of the circumstances are now over and I will rise above this. So it's a week where maybe you feel very driven to, again, make changes, create new beginnings, create new opportunities, look for yourself more, treat yourself better, feeling much more happy with what you have, feeling much more optimistic, and at the same time, in the back, in the backstage, there's still this little shadow hunting you about what you should do, what you should do about something that it's being offered to you or you're trying to offer to someone. So, Sagittarius, thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing. I really, really, really appreciate it. Even if sometimes I'm not able to reply, I read all of your comments and I appreciate all the support. For all of you that celebrate Christmas, Merry, Merry, blessed Christmas to all of you and your loved ones. And hopefully we'll see each other soon.